Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the Fire Lily collection. These are available for pre-sale right now from Femme Fatale Cosmetics on their Australian website. I'll go ahead and link that down below. These will be available for pre-order through May 5th, and then afterwards they will trickle down to some of your favorite stockists. So if you're interested in these, definitely let your favorite stockists know that you'd like to see those in shop and keep an eye out for them to come in stock. So these polishes were sent to me for review. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So today I'm kicking things off with a thermal polish. This one is Inner Dreaming, and it's described as a brown when cold to clear when warm thermal with pink glow and pink to purple to green shifting iridescent flakies. So this one is showing off all of that gorgeous kind of red shimmer in the cold state. I am going to go ahead and show you how it's swatched to my natural nails. So here's a look at that first easy coat. This one is a little bit sheer and my hands were a little bit cool tone here. So what we're picking up is mainly the cold shift. I am of course going to show you how it shifted in my bottles as well as what it looks like outdoors as well. So here's a look at that second coat. Two coats, it does build this one up. Because this one is a clear when warm thermal, I do recommend going in for that third coat. It's going to give you a ton more of that shimmer and more of those flakies to help this one be opaque in whatever color it is. So here's a look at that third and final coat. It did bring this one right to the edge of being completely opaque. It does dry down maybe a tiny bit textured and a little bit dull, so I do recommend going in with one coat of your favorite glossy top coat. So here's a view in pretty much the cold state here as well in direct sunlight. Next I'm going to show you how it shifted for me in my cup. So to the right I have super hot water and you can see there it goes clear like instantly, and then it shows off all of that. You can see that pink shimmer really coming through there even on that clear base. So then to the left I have my cold cup, and that brings it back to that deep burgundy brown shade, and then I'll show you a quick side by side. So beautiful in both states for sure. This is my final swatch photo at an angle in the natural shift in direct sunlight. So this next polish is really unique. This one is called Tree Song, and it's described as a warm tone brown with a barest hint of a red shift. You can see it showing off in the bottle there. It also has an array of silver holographic particles, silver and gold hollow glitters, green iridescent glitters, copper glitters, matte pastel pink glitters, and more. So I did pick up some white matte glitters as well, which are really cool in this mix. This first coat did go on nice and easy, really smooth to work with, even though it is so full of glitters. One coat was fairly sheer, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how it built up for me with that second coat. Two coats is going to add so much more of that red shimmer as well as those glitters. I think this one is going to be down to personal preference if you want to go in for that third coat or not. Three coats did bring this polish completely opaque. I was really happy with the array of glitters I got on the nail as well. They spread out really nicely. So here's a look from a different angle in direct sunlight at three coats. It did have a coat of glossy top coat there as well, and then that is my final swatch photo. So this next polish is without a doubt my top pick of the collection. If you can only pick up one this time, this should be it. So this is Fire Lily, so it is the namesake of the collection. So this one is described as a warm version of the Mermaid's Tail. So if you're familiar with that polish, you'll know exactly what they mean by that. So this one is described as being full of red flakes and glitters in a slightly blue tinted jelly base that's rounded off with a bit of that wannabe unicorn pea pigment that flashes from red to green. This first coat does go on fairly sheer. If you're looking for maximum flaky payout, I do recommend going ahead and getting a sponge and doing it that way. However, this one does build up pretty well in 3 to 4 coats depending on your application. So here's a look at my third coat. This one is pretty much a full coverage. I do still have some visible nail line. With this fourth coat, I'm going to go in and kind of just patch touch any kind of blank areas, especially towards the tip there that just needed a few more flakies. My mirror base actually kind of reflects light through my visible nail line as well, so it's not as harsh as it's looking here. Super gorgeous. I did love this at 3 coats. You do get that payoff of the blue jelly, which adds some extra interest as well as all of those flakies. So that's my final swatch photo at an angle in that direct sunlight. And next up is a triple tongued. So this one is described as an aged gold with a hint of olive that's full of holographic particles and holographic flakies. This gold holographic polish is amazing. I don't think I'll ever get tired of having one of these in the collection, and the formula on this one is amazing. It does give that metallic gold feel to it, but absolutely no brush stroking. This one mellows out all on its own. So here's a look at that second coat. 2 coats pretty much brought this one completely opaque. I think I did opt to go in for a third here, but it's totally unnecessary. You get that metallic shimmer as well as all of that really strong holographic payout. 3 coats is not a problem though. It does maybe add a little bit more, adds a little bit depth, and just rounds this one off beautifully. So here's a view from a direct sunlight in a different angle with a glossy top coat. And then this is my final swatch photo at an angle in that same direct sunlight. So next up is Winter King, and this polish is described as a wintry pearl white base with turquoise shine that's filled with black holographic glitters and blue iridescent glitter accents. So this one is a Crelly formula. Those black glitters kind of show off as a deep, deep turquoise, especially when paired with that really strong shimmer. One coat went on a fairly sheer, but again, it is easy to work with. It's not going to be gritty on you or anything like that. So 2 coats is going to add more of those glitters, add a little bit of depth with that white Crelly base, and then even more of that really cool turquoise shimmer. It's not completely opaque for me though, so I am going to go ahead and let that dry and then show you how it built up for me with a third and final coat. This third coat did bring this one completely opaque. I think maybe at extreme angles you can still see a little bit of visible nail line, but it definitely adds to that kind of Crelly-like feel. So here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with a glossy top coat. This is one that you'll want to get that glossy top coat to help smooth out those larger glitters. So next up is a nameless one, and this polish is described as a dark blue jelly that's filled with a fiery red chrome flakes, reddish pigment, silver holographic glitters, and that wannabe unicorn pea pigment, which shifts from red to green. This one looks like a galaxy on the nails. I am loving the red shimmer off of that kind of deep, deep navy base. It does add a lot of interest and makes this a really unique polish. So 1 coat, again, fairly sheer. This one is pretty much a jelly formula. 2 coats is going to add a little bit more depth, more glitter, and more shimmer, but it is still sheer. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry and then show you how it builds up for me with that third and final coat. 3 coats was really close to being completely opaque. If you're worried about any visible nail line, especially if you have really harsh ones like me, you can always go in with an undie. I think that color payoff is worth it. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle in that direct sunlight. So next up is Fates Bound Together, and this is my second top pick. It was almost my number 1 top pick, but those flakies kind of edged it out. This is another thermal, so this one is described as a blue when warm to purple when cold thermal with pink shimmer and red iridescent flakies. This mix is everything. So this first coat does go on a little bit sheer, but you can already see all that really gorgeous red shimmer as well as those flakies. Just adds a little bit of interest and makes this one a little bit more unique. So 2 coats is going to add more of those shimmers and more of those flakies. It wasn't completely opaque for me, and with thermals I pretty well always prefer to do a third coat anyway, so I am going to go ahead and show you how it looks. So with that third coat, 3 coats it did bring this one completely opaque for me. You can already see it towards my cuticle there, turning more of that blue shade. This one is so pretty. If you have longer nails, you get a really cool instant gradient on the nails. So here's a view from another angle in the direct sunlight at their natural shift. I am going to go ahead and show you how it shifted for me in the cups. So again, to the right I have super hot water, which brings out that blue shade, and then to the left I have ice cold water, and that's going to bring it back to that deeper purple. You always get those hints of red shimmer no matter what the base is. So pretty. So there's a quick look at that side by side, and this is my final swatch photo at the natural shift in direct sunlight. So last up today, I have the Mark of Darkness, and this one is described as a gorgeous royal blue tone purple base with a soft pink to green multi-chrome shifting glow. So here I'm picking up a lot of that red in the bottle. I did mostly get the red at extreme angles. You do get some of that green shimmer payoff. This one is a little bit sheer as well. It does build up really well. If you love the red shimmer on the purple base of Fates Bound Together, but you're not really feeling those flakies, I think this one is a really good compromise. Super cool. It's not a thermal, but it is super shifty on the nails. So here's a look at that second coat. 2 coats is going to add more of that purple blurple base with that red shimmer. It's not completely opaque though, so I am going to go ahead and show you how it built up for me with a third coat. This third coat did bring it completely opaque. Again, my mirror is kind of bouncing off all of that light right through my nail line and making it look a little bit more visible than it is in person. So here's a look at that completed mani at 3 coats with a glossy top coat in direct sunlight, and this is my final swatch photo, again at an angle in that direct sunlight. And this does wrap up my swatch and review of the Fire Lily collection. If you're interested in seeing any photos of any of the polishes featured here today, I do have those available on my blog at SloppySwatches.com, or you can also follow me on Instagram at SloppySwatches. So thank you so much for watching. I'm definitely interested in reading this series now because I found these polishes so beautiful. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see y'all next time.